another lesson. Marty, thank you as always for having me. Today we are going to talk about the 3 most essential guitar pedals that I think every guitar player needs. Basically, if you are going to the store and going to buy 3 guitar pedals, these are the first 3 that I think you should buy. Number 1 being a tuner. A tuner, I think, is the first pedal everybody should buy, because if your guitar isn't in tune, then what's even the point of playing guitar? If you have a clip-on tuner, those also work great, but when I'm playing electric, I really love to have a tuner on my board. Even in the studio, I tune before every single take. I use my tuner pedal arguably more than any other pedal on my board. So that's why it's the number 1 pedal that I think every guitar player should own. You know, there are so many pedals out there. There are so many tuner pedals out there on the market. I just have a standard TU2. You don't need this specific tuner. I have the TU2. I've had, this Boss tuner on my board for years. As you can tell, it is quite roughed up. It's seen many a show. I just like it because it's super easy to see when I'm, even playing outdoors and it's really bright. I love a tuner that has like really bright lights. Any tuner that you find, at your guitar store, your local guitar store, or online, as long as it shows that your note is in tune, that's the main goal of a tuner. I really actually like strobe tuners. I used to have one on my board. I find that they tune your guitar a little bit even more exact. So if you can find a really good strobe tuner out there, I am a huge fan of those. But pretty much any tuner that you can find that gets the job done is what you want to look for. The second most essential guitar pedal that I think every guitar player needs to get is an overdrive pedal. I think an overdrive pedal is just essential for really helping you get that like extra little, that little grit to your playing. It is the thing that will lift up all of your solos and your leads. And I actually keep on an overdrive pedal as a clean boost most of the time when I'm playing. I just leave an overdrive pedal to like help whatever's happening with my amp and with my guitar. I usually run a clean boost all the time. And a clean boost does fall in the category of an overdrive pedal. So there's a lot that can get done with one overdrive pedal, with just depending on how it's dialed in. This is the overdrive pedal that I love so much on my board. It's made by Seriatone. It's called the Centura Professional Overdrive. But there are so many overdrive pedals out there on the market. You can actually check out some of the other videos we've done on overdrive deep dives. I'm a huge fan of this one. It's kind of like a Klon clone, if you've ever heard of the Klon Centaur. That is my ultimate favorite overdrive pedal, but now, my goodness, I don't think you can find a Klon for under $2,000, which is a lot to spend on a guitar pedal. And so this is actually one of my favorite clones of a Klon. I love it because it's just so subtle the way you can dial it in. I'll show you, I actually run this overdrive pedal most of the time. I do use this one as a clean boost when I'm playing most of the time. And so I'll show you, this is what it sounds like without it. And this is what it sounds like with it. So obviously you hear much more gain, but you hear how it adds like a warmth to anything I'm playing. So again, this is without it. And this is with it. So it does give me a little bit more sustain. It definitely gives me more volume, and just adding a little bit more gain structure is a way to push an amp a little bit harder, and I just love the tone that it gives you. Now, of course, with an overdrive pedal, you can also dial it in so that it's just something that you can kick on for a solo or a lead, and it becomes like a solo boost. So I would turn up my gain. I'd probably crank the treble a little bit. So it would sound like this if I wanted to dial it in for a solo. I'd even probably give it a little bit more. And the great thing about overdrive pedals is you can actually stack them really well. So what I do is I normally run this guy, and then I have another overdrive pedal on my board This is a prototype of one that I'm actually building, by the way. I'm so excited about it. It'll be out in, I don't know, a few months maybe. But you can stack overdrive pedals. You can dial them in. So one is more subtle, like a clean boost, and then you can have multiple overdrives on top. And so this is what I normally do when I play live. I stack my overdrives so that this is more my lead tone. So you get the point, but you basically can turn up your gain structure even more, and by stacking overdrive pedals, it's amazing the tone you can get out of them. All right, the third most essential guitar pedal that I think every guitar player should own. If you're going down the line and you already have a tuner and you already have an overdrive pedal, I think the next one in line is delay. A delay pedal is beautiful. It helps your solos sound bigger. It helps your notes have these like beautiful trails that sometimes in the midst of what you're playing, you can't even hear the trails necessarily, but they really add to the whole dynamic of your playing, and they make your guitar tone sound so big. Delay is essentially like that echo sound that you can hear. So let's see, let's tune my mix and my delay up really loud so you can hear it, and we'll slow it down so it's pretty obviously heard. So this is without delay, and this is with delay. So do you hear that echo? So that's a delay pedal. And sometimes you want the echo part of the delay turned up this loud. I mean, sometimes when you are in the middle of a solo, that's even pretty loud and has a lot of feedback on it, but it really helps be that like glue in your solo to make your note sound, you know, more fatter and wider. And so this is without delay, and this is with delay. So do you see how it just adds like that little bit of a trail to it? So delay can really be just a magical thing that you can up level your playing. And the cool part about it is, I mean, if you've ever listened to guitar players like The Edge, the effect of delay becomes a huge part of their signature sound. So if we played something, let's tap this in. So it like adds to the whole thing that you're playing. That without delay would sound like this. So with delay, it's so delay is really magical, and it can up level your playing in so many ways and make what you're playing even sound cooler and more complicated than actually the notes that you're playing on your guitar. Now, let's say you've already got a tuner, or you tune your guitar with a clip-on tuner and you're looking for something else. I want to add like a optional third essential guitar pedal that you can get if you're going and just want to start building your pedal board. So let's say you already have a tuner, you already have an overdrive pedal, and you already have a delay pedal. The next one in line, I would say, is a reverb pedal. Reverb is so beautiful. It's sort of that sound that if you are singing in a shower, it's like the reverberous room sound that can make your playing sound so much bigger. It, especially when delay and reverb are layered together, it can make your tone just sing. It sort of gives that like echo, and it's like it's almost being like wrapped by like a warm blanket. So let me show you what I mean as I like try to describe reverb. So we're gonna take off delay so you can hear. This is with no reverb. So it sounds pretty dry. This is with reverb. And let me turn up the level so you can really hear the difference. Do you hear that echo, like that trail almost? It's almost like the room noise when you're standing in like a big cave and you're like, hello! And you can hear the reverberation. that is reverb, and it just sounds so beautiful. So even when I'm getting crazy, this is with the mix turned way up. So this is with no reverb. And this is with reverb. So it can be really beautiful when you're playing like, how beautiful does that sound? And that is literally just with a little bit of a clean boost and a reverb pedal. These are my picks for the essential guitar pedals that I think every guitar player should own. Please make sure to follow and subscribe to Marty Music as well as my own channel, and I just wrote my first guitar course ever, so if you want to take a deeper dive into learning guitar with me, check out the links below. We'll see you next time.